And I have to pop out the chat. Of course. Of course I do. Of course I do. Where's the chat? Pop out chat. You now pin messages to the top of the chat. I understand. Got it. I've pinned messages before. Derp derp. Probably should have some paracetamol. A child-friendly city. What's going on here? Anderson works. That's not how you spell a website. Check out what's going on train station. Yeah. Brittany and Elaine invite you to watch their live. I don't watch TikTok lives. Are you kidding me? I don't like watching lives in vertical format. I don't think I'll even like doing lives in vertical format. I like horizontal because then I can, yay. I am not in a watching my mouth mood. I've got a throbbing headache right now. Cancel that screen. Open up something to. I don't know what. I don't know. Let's look up some linebacker. Not that website. Let's look up some linebacker stuff for the hell of it. Fine. Y'all gonna complain about this. We're just gonna go to Huddle. Log in. Log in. Your profile. Yep. Going on frontline kick return. I just about fucking. Who are we playing? September 16th, 2020. Wow. That was the Isachem game. Yep. Oh my God, my hair. Going crazy here. Go back to Huddle. Log in. So I closed the tab. Remember me, just please. Dumb website. No chat. I think got that damn sociopath stuck a song in my head. No chat. Northern Cascade Football League? What the hell is that? Whatever. Refresh. So that, oh, there's something new in the defense playbook? Oh, that, okay. Oh, that makes sense. I don't know when this was added. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. This is the will bounces. Yeah, okay. I wonder if I type something, it will start the cat moving. Maybe I just don't look dumb enough. Oh, it's got a giant world of folks that boob tube everything. Something my dad used to say. I can't finish that quest until level 330. Are you kidding me? Fine. And I need to make paper? How do I freaking make paper? Oh, there it is in the sawmill. Of course it would be. 330. I don't even know how to wood. It's a sawmill. That. Water, more water, more water, more water, more water. Oh, I should probably go to Instagram. I should probably post to Instagram. I don't even know who that girl is. Vienna Vikings, 55-7. Wow. Okay. Axel is being Axel. Ay, 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 ay. Kirchdorf Wildcats. So, I need to go back to the live streaming page. Well, that's a terrible picture. Zoom back a little bit. Over here? Whatever, that's on. It's going to Instagram. All right, the chat has to be popped out in case anybody says anything. We got to put in this link in bio. Because if there isn't a link readily available, people don't type things in. This is what makes me a Xennial. I'm going to change that color. It's not going to show up on our background very well. There we are. Nope. Send to... Yeah, just do that. Nope. So what do we do here? Oh, we can share to Twitter. We'll just tweet. What? Okay, got that. Chat's still not doing shit. That's not Terry from. That's the zone coverages, okay, for all the hook, end to end. Yeah. Wow. Got a comment on YouTube. Studio. They commented on the actual video of the live stream, but it didn't show up in the chat, which means that is a funky level. Oh, that's a previous live stream, 54 seconds ago. But it's all in Chinese and I can't read it. And it has a bad link. I'm gonna remove it. Okay. Chat? No. Because the chat has to be out, so I have to click on it to make sure that I see it. Because every time I click on a different screen, it shows up. Because I don't know how to do this. It doesn't work anymore. There's no force to top or something like that. Always on top was an old option. I probably just took it away. Yeah. Yeah. Selling cleanups. Cleanup will do run, yeah. Well, what everything is taken. Double A, still cleanup. Okay, that makes sense. The problem is our SAM, like if we had to shift and I had to be taken on, we wouldn't double B, whatever. Nope. So yeah, I'm on the back wherever he goes, because that's double, single back. I'm always on the back. Sam has the quarterback. Got to get running faster. Look, I don't care. I don't need you there. Oh, fucking! I remember when you went viral from that football uniform video. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what qualifies as viral. Hello, Play Boyker. It took many, many years to gain 1.3 million views. So, I guess each football season it rises up a little bit more, but yeah, it was 2016. It was 5 years ago. 15 minutes of fame. It's it's not even really that. I think it's a 11-minute video. It's a long ass video for the attention span of anybody beyond the year of 2010. Okay, still on it. Okay. So cover two, that's cover 2. Okay. Just refreshing everything. Mike Becker. Yeah. That Becker. Wherever he goes is mine. That's just blah. How that is. Push through. We're trailing that way. Fair enough. Okay. Cologne 49. Kale Baltic Saarland Hurricanes? Kiel Baltic Hurricanes, yeah. Is a 13. That's nice. And, so he has this quarterback. I have the first back. Will has that, but it would be reversed. Strong side, weak side. Oh, that was something different. Base of things. Okay, so ahoy hoy. So I noticed your thing at the end of your name changed with having like a username after it or something. Is this a YouTube issue or something? Did I put the watch on right? There's my camera. There's the camera. I mean, I figured on the clock app that was you. So here, I'm on the first guy. I'm on nobody. I'm on a quarterback because they're split. And that's just they both go one side. Then I got that guy. Then I have no one. And then if they go the both sides, okay. That makes sense. Okay. I haven't actually linked my TikTok to anything. So it's probably a bit awkward. I just don't really feel like I need to. Yeah. Like I saw it in like the comment from the short. That's where I noticed it. Yeah. Haven't responded to. Have responded to. Yeah, see, it shows up there. That's where I saw it, was when you commented yesterday. So something happened. Probably. Google being Google, I'm guessing. Moment, guys. Well, yeah, the season always starts in September. That's when we have like probe training and stuff. Stuff, not staff. That's true. But who knows? I remember going through a major fight with YouTube way back when they wanted to, like, they were forcing the Google thing to, they were forcing your Google and your YouTube together, and a lot of people were really struggling because on YouTube they had like a branded name, like I do, and it's not their actual name, but their Google account was like their full name. And it was like, hey, do you want this to be your YouTube channel? And they're like, no. Hey, do you want this to be your... Oh my God, Aaron, I can't think right now. Can't think. In the middle of a live stream, and I'm trying... I have like way less pathways of thought right now. I have way less pathways of thinking right now. Oh, that is technically the word. You know me. I literally just looked at the question and I just thought it was a new question. I'm trying to keep my brain focused, and like Diego's talking to me and melding in, and that's part of my problem is I don't feel that I have to earn backspace. I don't earn the spot. I just am the one that consistently comes to practice. Everything okay? I can't think. I've been down all damn day. It is. I mean, you know my typical dress, how I dress normally. I can't. Where's my weather apps? Yeah, it's currently 19 degrees outside, which means it's obviously warmer in the apartment. I'm not getting up to touch the thing right now, but usually that implies somewhere in the lower 70s. And I've got jog pants and a thick, for my shirts, this is a thick shirt because I'm kind of cold. I'm running a low-grade fever and I can't fucking think because I'm having... Yeah, but I've been drinking a whole lot of water and a whole lot of coffee today. And yeah, I'm trying to maintain for the thing, but it's like my brain, it literally will fly off on a tangent. I'm not able to keep thought stuff. Like the ADD is in big form right now. Like if you go back to when before, like between 6 and 6:13, you know, and keeping a coherent conversation would be great right now, but I've just been like scrolling on TikTok. I made a funny TikTok to, you know, to see what's happy. to keep a good mood about something, and then I made a pissy TikTok. I made 2 in one day, God forbid. But I mean, one of my friends who's in Germany, he played soccer for like 2 years after he fought back against a genetic condition or something that makes him like not able to walk very well. And then he was going out for the Scorpions, and then all of a sudden the Surge popped up, and he went to go for the tryout of the Surge, and now he's like on the Surge. And I'm like, here's a dude in a professional football league, and he's never played football before in his fucking life. And that just... I can't type this right now. But that is where the imposter syndrome comes in. It doesn't matter. No, that's not what I... Fucking speech to text. I'm slurring my words on this right now. I guess I'll just unplug this thing so I can actually physically type. Oh, it's at 99% anyways. Yielding but a dream. Oh, Eric started following me. Okay, that's cool. Am I centered? Yeah, I'm centered of sorts. Nope, chat went away. There it is. Hardest, but I have no metrics. And can... There we are. That's the thing. I'm working my hardest, but I have no metrics. I don't know if I'm good or I'm just the best available option. You're right. If Bono came back, I'd be on the bench. Serving water. Like back in Portland. The States. I can't put in Portland. These fuckers don't know what that is. It's just that new. I haven't even had a season at linebacker. Anyways, I'll wait for him to respond. More water. I keep looking at the everything okay, and I just want to keep answering it. I'm like, that's the last question. Raise the shoulder. Look at the screen. What do we got? We got any weird looks going on here? Nope. Nope. Oh my God, that is warm as fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cracker. Crutch. Yeah, like I was so any significant side effects from the COVID shot. I'm not drunk right now. I can't think. Is the mic not off? Do I need? Oh no, you can hear me. I explained like as like significant, like when I still smell and still taste. I think that's all about the virus, not the immune response. I think. But yeah, it's I'm just having that like overall immune response. The injection site's very, very warm and kind of tender to the touch. I explained on this that I didn't want to lay on my left side because that's basically putting a lot of pressure on the bed between the putting physics. And I can't lean on my right side. So because the power cable doesn't reach that far. And so I'm laying on my back on the bed, like trying not to get the whole like dizzy thing going on, which was a simulation of what's going on there. Low grade. I haven't checked. I didn't really care. It's not super high. I don't need to know that I'm at 38 instead of 37. You know, I don't feel super out of it. I don't think I'm going up into the hundreds, you know, up to like 40 or something, but and thus having a mild fever, a low-grade fever over my entire body, I feel cold, but that's just thermal regulation. So that's why I have this on, and that's why I'm wearing clothing for once in the house, and I'm not really touching the ground much. This is the first one. So yeah, it's but it's like I could feel while Aaron was cooking this morning that I was like, it was starting to like, but his hands, I was like, here, what's your thing? And he touched his head and they touched my head. And I was like, that's the weirdest ways of doing things. Pfizer. Ja. Ja. Dan kunt u zich laten vaccineren tegen corona met het Pfizer of Moderna vaccin als u zwanger bent. No, I'm not pregnant. But yeah. I don't know much. I mean, I know how the vaccines work, but I don't know how, like, what the massive difference between them are. Obviously, it's branding to an extent. I'm still actually seeing that out there, that there's a bunch of people that are like creating little clans about which vaccine they got. The States is over it because they've all forgotten about it. It's not a big deal anymore. Vaccinations aren't a thing unless you need I mean, they are, but, you know, everybody's getting bribed with shotguns and stuff. Okay, that was on Milligan. Nope, nope. Who was that followed me? Twin Cities. Hi. Well, Aaron's not here yet. He went to D&D and he isn't home yet. He's bringing back Burger King, apparently. I had to bleh about that and fork my thoughts in 3 ways from Sunday. And that wasn't working very well. I don't 3S 3 things, the whole ass 1 thing. You know, whatever that term is. Don't half-ass 2 things. Yeah, even with a minor headache and fever, low grade, I can't at practice. I've been laying down so much today. My eyes are icky right now. I'm staying hydrated, doing all that stuff. Well, this is effectively my 2nd dose, but we're going to be changing house arts. One, we have one on the island over here that probably will function very well, but ours is, so the main excuse is the fact that it's a pain in the butt to get over to him. We don't have a quickie path to walk through Transvaal Burt over there to get to it, so but like I brought up my whole shoulder thing, the fact that it's like I extend my arm and like this whole top part up here feels really sore. I'm like scrambling, like screaming it at practice. And I got this down here and I'm like, pinch nerve, maybe something, maybe get an image. And he's like, nah, it'll go away after its own. And we've already explained your breathing problems. I was like, then why do I fucking choking your practice after jogging a short distance? Well, we've already explored that fully. I'm like, for a brief moment, I felt out what those people with like undiagnosed chronic pain are in, sort of thing. Yeah, I know it's to get more people vaccinated. The state is starting a lottery for anyone who got completely vaccinated. 1 million. Jesus Christ. Oh. And that's just Massachusetts. Carlin Flood started following me? Okay. Okay, kind of cool, I guess. In Sterquilinius, left tackle, Titans Gridiron. Titans Gridiron, what's that? Swan City. Swan City Titans. Why am I not following you guys? Where is Swan City? Certainly not Swansea. What did I do to... Oh, whatever. European League of Football started a live video. It's going fucking crazy today because all the games are going up and running. As far as in my state, Utah has done really well in getting people vaccinated. That's here. Okay, so I am not surprised by Utah and the whole vaccination thing because the thing that like there's a bunch of people that are like they're talking about like the bubonic plague or the black plague or whatever swept across Europe, and there's like this hole in the as it is like this is where it affected everything the worst, except there's like this hole in the outline of Poland, and everyone's like, what the hell was in Poland? And they're like, well, back when it was sweeping around, Jewish people were the only folks that were really allowed in Poland. They were kind of pushed out everywhere else. Maybe it wasn't the black plague, but whatever. And the Jews have a very religious thing about bathing. And so there wasn't too terribly much spread because there was a high Jewish population in Poland at the time. And so, yeah, so that's why Poland didn't get as struck by whatever plague that was. Uh, Probably due to the heat. But yeah, so that's why I'm not saying those direct words about the Mormon population, but they don't have the kind of belief system that is evangelical and contrary to they don't really believe they're religious fundamental. Like they would fully be down with the European Christian Democratic Union, the CDU. That's what we have here. That's what they have here. I don't vote. So that's what the Mormons would be a part of. They are all about the whole religious stuff, and they vote actually fairly liberal by and large, but it's just weird how they do it. But their whole religious belief is actually very communal in keeping people safe. So they're getting vaccinated to keep their people safe because getting a vaccine is not against their beliefs. It's not, they don't do conspiracy theories like that. The Poland and the European plague, Poland. Let's see if this. Yeah, right here. No way, no plague. Was Poland once an island of immunity? Oh, I don't want to. That was the Black Death. But there's like, but that's the thing is like, I'm trying to find a decent website for it. But it was about the Black Death, and basically that Poland is was not necessarily an island of immunity, but it was definitely far less spread of the Black Death. But it was because they had much more. Anyways, it's sort of like nowadays you could have like Utah. Let's say everyone was, doing the whole thing, and nobody was like wearing masks anywhere for Corona except for the Mormons who decided, hey, we're going to wear masks. And there were other people elsewhere that wore masks, and it may have lessened it in certain areas. We'll just use this as the blue areas. But you would still have a lot of people within the city. So like the rural weird pockets of blue that happen, but like you'd have like the United States would be like, wow, there's not much in Utah. It's because they're okay with wearing masks. That's why, that's basically what's going on with there. Yes. Yes. It was 25, 3, 7, 27, 28 hours ago. My arm hurts. I'm not going to practice because I can actually focus my eyes on a topic without really without bouncing around too terribly much. But yeah, that's why I think Utah is probably not nearly as bad off as one would think for a red state. I had Pfizer. My brain, I literally watched and edited the video and then sat down for like a day, for a while, editing it and then thinking about the video and making sure everything was done right. And I'm sitting here like, I talk about it at the end. Which one did you get? It's at the end of the video. To be fair, I know that this one hasn't gone live yet. It's still sitting on the camera. But yeah. I should read this. The chat is not in the main box right now. Yeah, even if I got the Moderna one, I wouldn't even I didn't even know about the heart swelling issue. I also wouldn't have been worried right now if you had said that. Like a tad worried sounds infinitely more worried than I would have been about any of this stuff in the vaccine. Did it bounce weird? Oh, it did. No, his next he's 3 years younger than me. He's not scheduled his until next Saturday. But we also don't know if he actually got it when I got it, despite the fact that we have very intimate contact. And maybe I got it, and he didn't get it. Well, I don't know, but, it's entirely possible that, when I get, because there's many times where Aaron gets sick and then he gives it to me, but I can be sick and he won't get it. And, robust thing. So yeah, I don't know if Aaron got it. If he did, he was asymptomatic because he got a very mild form of whatever was trying to slough off of me. I definitely had it. You can go back to, well, in today's video, I actually have a card that links back to 11/22. Basically, I'm in a sickness limbo cards. Yeah, November 22nd, 2020. I'm in sickness limbo, and so that's probably when I got sick. But I mean, I wasn't having taste or smell, and I've been. But yeah, just keep talking about something. My brain is not on a. Yeah, you did, Matt. It changed at 6:38. No, it didn't. Fucking no, 6:40. It was still there when you said yep. I was seeing Matt Thew and Matt Peterborg, and then now it's fixed. Um, but yeah, yeah. I figured it was a Google thing. Gabriel's here. It's so weird because for a long time, this is a story about someone else. For a long time, Aaron and I had a roommate. Aaron had the roommate for longer than me, and then I moved in with Aaron and blah, blah, blah. And then was named Gabe for the whole name Gabrielle. Actually had 2 A's in the name. So it was weird because for a while it was just Gabe because wanted to have the gender fluid name. That's pretty easy to do. And then went by Gabrielle because that's how they wanted to move back to female presenting for a while, so wanted to have Gabrielle instead. So I got like years of it. So now I see the name and I say it as Gabrielle, and I'm like, that's not right. It's Gabriel, like the trumpet angel fucker. um, yeah. But yeah. just keep talking, guys. I will see it in the chat and we will stuff. The chat is loose, so I can keep stuff relatively Googled. But yeah, you're definitely going to see me like zoning back in to things. Because my brain is holding on to it really, really tightly. There's no practice tomorrow, so this may go on for later times.
Hey.
Hi.
Still streaming?
Yes. It's just that the chat's popped out and nobody's talking, so I'm drastically losing track of my train of thought.
I couldn't see it.
I know. You can't. Thumbnail for the video is, for this video is, if you had a chance, would you say 5 years ago? I don't know. I don't know. I had a really terrible memory show up on Google Image or Google Photos from 5 years ago. Aaron was recording a football game against the Nighthawks. I'm not sure where we were. We were in the away uniform, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything because I don't know. The whole year we were in the away uniform. But I think we were at Hare, and there was just absolutely nothing for me to do that game. They said I wasn't going to play pretty much at all unless there was a dire situation. And the picture I shows is I'm like a minute 45 into editing the video, and I am already sitting Lotus style in the on the sideline, fully knowing I'm not playing that game in full gear. Like that's the thing. Like I think because it's hard to see, but I'm like, and the thing says you can tell I feel so useful to this team. But I don't know what I'd say to that. I don't know what I'd say to him. My brain is swimmy and muddy right now. Is it just super warm in here or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Muggy.
I was like, did it stink in here or something? Like, because you open that up and it's like really, like, I'm everything's super loud right now. Like that. What? Huh? What?
But it also takes kind of stink because of the grease that I got from this morning.
Oh, it smells like chocolate in here. It smelled like chocolate all damn day. Okay, what is it? 3 gaming friends. What's the best team you played against in the Netherlands? That I've played against, or my team has played against.
Start with you.
Me. I guess the best one I would have had to play against would probably be Almira, because that was in the first season. And no, actually, I didn't play that game at all. Wasn't even on special teams for that. We had an Utrecht game the next preseason, and then. But that first year I broke the collarbone and didn't get to play against any other teams. I mean, there's always Leiden, but those are preseason games. I think there were 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. And then but yeah, the best team that's sort of the thing is like Hilversum won the Tulip Bowl in 2018, and then I think Lelystad won it the next year, and then we've had like Corona and stuff. But like the 4, I think it's the 3. It's Hilversum, Amsterdam Crusaders, and Lelystad are kind of the bigger contenders in the Eredivisie. Mainly because I think they can pull from more of a local area. Amsterdam's a huge city, so it gets a lot of, sometimes even expat players. Lelystad's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Groningen can, but it's a lot of university kids, so they may not necessarily, they're just playing it for something to do. And then Hilversum has Marcus recruiting from all over the country. He's just walking around sniping people. I saw your LGBT stories on Insta a few days ago and would like to say that it was supposed to support the movement. Oh, yeah, I shared the NFL, CFL, and NFL Deutschland posts to my stories. Yeah. I even made a flag I put on my job. for every customer to see that love is love. Yeah, yeah. It's true. But yeah. No fries? Oh, okay. I couldn't really read what you were saying because to me when I read it, it seemed like every word had a question mark after it. And I'm like, yeah, so I didn't know what you were doing because I can't think, and you were offering way too many options, and I had 4 trains of thought trying to go at the same time, and I needed to respond to you as fast as possible. So that's...
Those look like chicken nuggets.
I think they are chicken nuggets. I don't know. No. They're just cut weird. What mail? New missed call on my US number. It's attached to a Google account. Like, I don't even know anymore. Like, it's just... I like the fact that somehow they stopped calling me about my extended warranty on the car I don't own anymore. Like, I never answered the calls before because I knew basically that's what it was. But I was like, I don't know how they magically disappeared.
Your number probably fell off their list because no one ever answers it.
Oh. Stamp pot. I've eaten it on live stream. Stamp pot, which is mashed potatoes and other things. Mashed potatoes and additives. There it is. It is... The one that I like has mashed potatoes and sauerkraut in it. It's Zurkohl. And then Aaron has one with like spinach in it. It usually involves having some sort of like meatball or a Wurst sausage involved with it, but it's like just mashed potatoes. I would be probably eating it a bit more, but for some reason they want to be spicy and have things beneficial for Sommersurkohl. And I'm like, I don't want apple, peas, and raisins in my mashed potatoes and sauerkraut. This is like, I love mashed potatoes and sauerkraut. Just stay with it. I can't even buy it normally. Albert Heights completely replaced Surkohl with Sommersurkohl. I'm like, I don't want to make it here. I'm half tempted to just get some mashed potatoes, nuke them, and then throw some, Kraut and Zurkohl on it that I can buy downstairs or something like that. But then we don't get the other things. No. Dutchman just commented, am I chipped? I don't know. I don't know if I'm chipped or not. But if I somehow become magnetic, this thing's going to be a damn transmitter. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to stick to my shoulder. Oh, it's going to stick to this. And I'm like, I have a giant piece of metal that's this long on my neck, on my shoulder. And it's just like, wow. And I've put my shoulder pads on, so it's not going to, they don't stick to me. So, well, no, I haven't put on my shoulder pads, but I've been near them. They don't stick to me. I would just go with the Panthers. I mean, anything, that would be just the Panthers. At my age and all that stuff, it's just could be any team would be great. I mean, I'd take the Browns, but with that, that's led on as like I have the actual choice to just like snipe whatever team I want, and it would be the Panthers. I like blue, but the next level up would be Carolina blue. I like blue, but Carolina blue is better. I don't know how to increase my 5G coverage. I already have 9 fucking million bars. The Netherlands is flat. Like I've got full bars of 5G at my football field. The only time I dip down to 4G plus is in the tunnel going underneath the harbors on the 26. Oh, and the metros. But I think that's just because I haven't upgraded the repeaters for the tunnels. But the phone the phone doesn't try to go for stronger 5G signal right now because we have fiber Wi-Fi. But I won't be going to practice, so we're unboxing this tomorrow. If I get more feverish and stuff, I'll have a paracetamol moment of clarity and I'll record this unboxing. Sunday is usually not a set chapter date anyways. It's just me waking up at God fucking early in the morning and going to practice. But it is 7 o'clock in the evening and I know. Well, I just had to send a picture to Diego. Work on yourself physically and mentally. I'm like, I'm working on. I took the picture of myself working on it physically. I can't. So a long time back, I think we covered this on a previous video, previous live stream. I'm going to go through this in rapid fire. I got inspired to push my limits and do all that stuff through Julian Edelman way a long time ago when he did that Coach Up commercial. And so I was trying to be a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver. I didn't think I was anywhere close to his level, but it was still in a very inspiring story. Then I moved to cornerback, and I couldn't really find any corners that I actually liked. So I just sort of stayed with the Patriots. I was more in it for Julian Edelman than Tom fucking Brady. So anyways, there was that. But then I started moving over to linebacker and was like outside linebacker and then middle linebacker. And I was like, let's just go with Luke Kuechly because he's a beast. And moving towards that level is not a piss poor goal. You know, it's sort of like if you want to grow a beard, your goal in life for a beard is not me, but you know, Ryan Fitzpatrick sort of thing. He's just a beard dude. Prefer blocking and interception so your teammate have a free way to score the game-winning TD, or tackle the ball carrier of the other team with the last yard, making your team win the game. The thing that would drive me, we're not going to go with blocking and interception. That's defensive back bullshit. We're going to go with the tackles. And I see the quarterback and I just book it towards him to the point where he panics and just chucks the ball forward earlier than he's supposed to. It's not necessarily blocking the path, but it becomes an uncontrolled pass from the offense so that our DBs can get into position. That's what and then obviously I would take the quarterback down into the ground, because when you go fast, you have that much time. Why? First of all, I'm from Portland. You'd think I should be a part of Seattle, but I grew up in Portland. I just absolutely hate the whole city of Seattle. Anyways, but yeah, but that's the thing. He had a great career, and the injuries, like, it's not one of those careers that one would look back and kind of say, if I only had one more season, I could have been satisfied, sort of thing. That his great career has the consequence of his injuries. That's, and I don't know the ideas behind the scenes of stuff, but there's always that idea that I see sometimes on TikToks where it's like NCAA wide receivers are doing TikTok and they're going into the weight room early in the morning. They're like, I'm going to get a nice jog in on the speed thing. And then they say the middle linebacker with way too much pre-workout, and the dude is jumping from like rack to rack and like swinging from rings and stuff, and he's just acting like a gorilla. I'm like, no, you don't want that. You don't want that as a linebacker. You want someone that's cool and calm and like a fucking dork off field, but like in there is just, the calculated juggernaut of sorts, but like has that weird boyish smile afterwards, sort of thing. Von Miller, very like that. You watch him, he just tears around the outside. He tackles the quarterbacks. He fumbles passes. He scares them. They run outside. But then he gets out and he does an interview, and he's got like his little reading glasses on. He's got a nice little press shirt. It's nothing, he's just like, yes, this is exactly how I play the game. This is very nice. What did you think? Like, you expect him to even turn on a British accent. But you look at him on the field and you go, fuck. You can literally just show up to the games. That's it. You can show up to the games and talk with the coaches. I'll be a water boy. All right. I mean, shit, we've recruited youth players to be our, it's like injured players or people not playing that game are, doing chain duty. But yeah. And so, I mean, unless you're talking about like the movie Waterboy, and then that's that. But yeah, Gabriel, that's what I was like. Like blocking the interception, yeah, like I said, I would much rather, spook the quarterback, or like you said, tackle the ball carrier on the other team at the last yard. Like, there's effectively the point in the game where they can't win. And it would be like the TFL, the Mike Blitz up the middle, and he runs back so far and he gets such a bad TFL on the third down that they have to punt. And that punt gives it to our possession, and that basically wins the game. It's similar to your second thing there, tackle the ball carrier, but it wouldn't be running outside to go get some squirrely little shithead that ran out to the sideline because he's afraid. But for Peterborg's sake, I do have a beer in there, and I'll probably be cracking that open a little bit later. I usually don't drink because going to practice the next day, but when you're eating, you seem a bit more coherent because I'm focused on eating. That's the issue. I've been having like no thoughts because there's nothing to do. So now it's like at least eat. But like that little, I don't want to say like the intracranial fluid, the stuff that would make your brain from bouncing around the little fluid, that just feels thicker. Like I'm drinking water, but my whole brain seems warm right now. So, plus I've been laying down doing TikTok all damn day and having a very relaxed day, and maybe zoning in and out of napping and stuff. I'm probably not going to get to bed till later, and then that's going to screw up waking up and doing the video and getting to practice. And if I have a day 2 of this, I don't want to do that at practice. If it was a Sunday night, maybe, and we still might be able to go to Tomatillo tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But
yeah,
certainly not going to be. Because again, if I'm like coherently here, it's going to be, like I said, I made the executive decision. I'm just not going because it sucked near the end of this healing, near the end of the season in 2019, when I was like, but I can just like the game back to the Crusaders. I literally had like the scabs on this thing. That's fine, and I was on a lot of pain pills. And then every so often there was a game. And then like near the end, when we were doing the last game before the playoffs against Arnhem, I was like I really could probably, no, don't worry about it. Sort of thing. I'm going to send something to Diego. I'm going to write something up later for you before I go to bed. Don't worry, it is positive. Trying to develop some sort of like hype man bro person sort of thing. I mean, he's a fullback, but as I said in the video, the fullback and the middle linebacker have to have like a love-hate relationship because we literally go against each other. And that's what Willie was helping me with. Is I wasn't a good corner at the time, but he was a wide receiver, but he was so far above. Alburn out. Yeah. In the last play, the K of the other team trying a field goal, but the ball didn't cross the field goal. So, yes. What I'm saying is on the field, football, I don't need to explain the basics. There is, let's say they're at like 3rd and 4. A 6-yard pass is easy to keep the drive going, and they're just going to go for it because it's not, because if you can do a 5-yard in, pass it over the middle, you know, and then they get one more yard, cool, you keep the drive alive. And then in the rest of the time, you may be able to score. Assume the score is, you know, 1 touchdown difference, yada, yada. In that case, I would like to have the Mike blitz Yeah. Yeah. And so in this case, I would be, you know, blitzing through a wide open hole, and a tackle for the loss or a fumbled ball or anything would cause they would go to 4th down and it'd be so far back that they would be forced to punt, and then we get possession of the ball. Obviously, forcing the quarterback to just scramble and then have like Hearskull come around the corner and just end the guy, but then the ball pops out, I scoop it up and run to the other side. That would be great too, because then that makes it a 2-score lead. But there's a lot of things I'd like to have happen that would be perfect and pristine, but I'm not really about the scoring. Like I explained in my video, I'm on defense. My job is to get the offense back on the field. Whether that's just a ball turnover, like an interception, or to let them run out of downs. You know, my job is not to win the game, but to force the ball out of their possession. And the best way to do that in a game-winning situation would be to turn the ball over, but I'm not going to do an interception. I don't like that. It's cool, but I'd much rather tackle someone. Not only do they have to lose, they're going to hurt. He may be a tough guy, he may be a good guy, but a lot of quarterbacks are going to be like, fuck. They're going to, at least for that night, they're going to kind of kick themselves a little bit. You're not playing Magic, are you? That's a different.
This is Talisman.
Is it still? What's wrong with Hearthstone?
This is a board game that's been adapted.
Oh.
Card game.
Can you look up when 9/1 comes out, like what the date is?
Yeah.
I agree with Taliesin. The whole idea is like they've been just delaying and delaying and delaying, and they haven't even started like hyping it up. That's why we're all sort of sitting around like, what's going on?
June 29th.
Okay. So the patch comes out
Tuesday after next.
Yeah. Okay. But the server is going to be loaded when it's going to be overloaded, so I'll probably just do stuff Wednesday morning. And like everybody's sort of somewhat done doing their shit. And then like while I'm at practice that Sunday, you can do some stuff of your own and wander around through it. Because like it feels like the attack on Ardenweald is going to be a definite soloable assault sort of thing. Aaron, do you play football?
No, I have the athletic ability of a kumquat.
Not necessarily the greatest fruit to use. That's why I usually say grapefruit. But anyways, no, he Aaron doesn't play. But yeah, like well, you haven't met really any of the other teammates. I would say like yeah. Oh. But yeah, you haven't met many of my teammates, but I don't know how this season's going to be laid out. We don't really have much in the way of linebackers right now. So it's like, what do we do? Like, the people that are coming to practice right now is like, we have 2 defensive ends, a defensive tackle, and Mike linebacker. We have a linebacker. He likes playing Sam linebacker. Shows up to practice, but with like the whole vaccinations and things and work schedules and stuff, it's just not quite imperative. But like, it is possible to have all 3-ish linebackers, but one of them's not going to be in pads. He just sort of, I don't know what he's doing. But yeah. So it's like, I don't really know, because like I wouldn't mind having like Ronald as like a linebacker, but it would be nice to have a defensive end that's like skinny and maneuverable, and definitely someone who has had 20 years of judo. You know, that way he can like, you know, move fast and slap arms away really fast and, you know, cause some damage to arms. I'm not blaming Ronald for it, but I'm wondering if during one drill he chopped my arm and like I just haven't fully recovered from it or whatnot. Because we were doing was it yesterday or Thursday's video, I showed it off where it's like you put your hand out and you sweep, shoulder, rip sort of thing. So it's possible that he sweep on this arm with his palm. Just, well, who knows? Yeah, we definitely need to switch the house arts, because I'm not sure if our old one is listening anymore, per se. I understand the breathing thing could just get better over time, especially if I, you know, lose weight and whatnot. But this arm thing is frustrating me because it is on the side where I had a lot of surgery. So it would be nice to know if there's anything there. And it's not like it stays in the shoulder. It goes all the way down into my fingers. So that's a nerve issue. And I'd like to know about that, because if my arm's going to go dead for a little while. He doesn't play. I literally would never put Aaron on a football field.
The only reason I'd be on a football field is to film.
Well, yeah, that's what I do.
No athletic ability.
And he does it.
Terrible vision.
Oh, yeah.
And I have no interest in playing.
Yeah, first, he'd have to play in daylight games. Even the evening games with full stadium lights, even when we had full USA stadiums, you know, US level stadiums with like jubillion fucking lights, were a little bit awkward because the shadows cause issues. He has a genetic disorder with his eyes. Second, he's not fit to play sport. He's the filming guy. The benefit for this is he's like 6'5". So when he's holding the camera, he's already pretty high up, but he's still on the sideline and he knows where to point the camera. Not everyone plays football. Like half the time there are people that work like what, there's 60 players on an NFL roster. They've got their backups that are somewhat paid. There's like, the training team or, the scout team. But then they have all the other people. They've got the physios and the tapers and the water boys, and they've got their own, like the water boys. They've got the people that, all that stuff. I would not put Aaron on a football field unless he's going to film. Yeah, like NFL teams employ thousands of people, and there's like 65 players on the roster. So, like Aaron could even be after the game, like the data analyst for something, like with all the game stuff that's been put down. That's what he does for actual work. Oh my God. I need to show you a TikTok. I commented on it as tell me you're gay without saying yada yada. Like that moment when you didn't have to tell anyone that you were gay and that person was walking with like a wine glass and they slipped on the rug and went woo, like that. This is totally no mean to be true, but if he was able, tight end. Like if I looked at his, like if we took his weight and turned it into muscle and gave him the skill, he'd be tight end level. Like that's what it would be. He's relatively, flexible. He's got a lot of weight, for the muscle. He's just, an out of shape Gronk. Someone said, well, you do realize if this exploded over your head, you'd probably be screaming too. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm hella gay. Oh. Just let me shit, I already forgot. So that's the thing. Tell me you're gay. No, we don't actually. There's not a lot the club does that I think happens with a lot of American football teams, and I don't understand why. We don't have a designated photographer. We don't really live stream. Old players that have kind of retired due to family or jobs or stuff will be the announcer. And then sometimes people forget to put the scores up on the scoreboard, but then again, I'm not sure. It's very weird. We don't have team photo day. We don't have media day. We're sometimes scrambling to get the people to hold the yard mark or the pylon things, the down markers. And sometimes we've looked at 8-year-olds. Can you hold this sort of thing? We don't even really charge out onto the field kind of thing. We don't have one of those big balloon things like some German teams do that are like the helmet and they open it up. Nothing. No, it's super laid back here. The only thing near the end is we do if you've watched the game day videos, Aaron always records at least us doing it once. If he records them both, I'd pick out the best one. Because we have an end game thing where we thank the audience. Sometimes we don't do it on the other side if there's literally no opposing audience. We'll just walk back to the stands and do it for main folks. But yeah.
Tell me you live with a messy football, Jack, without saying it.
Oh, that's mine.
Tell me you live with a messy football.
Yeah.
Lost with all the TikTok tea and stuff. Like, I didn't even know all those boxing matches were happening until like the day afterwards. And now I keep seeing other. How does this?
I don't want to see the person that stitched that one, but I've seen the cat like reached over on the dinner table, stole a little piece of raw chicken, then tried to like had its head up and was running around, and then it got into its running wheel and just kept running. Like, where are you going? Yeah, we don't even have, like, we have a social media guy because his job is social media for a major gaming team in Utrecht. I forget. Anyways, like they've made a whole gaming college center thing in like the very center of Utrecht. Cannot remember the name of it right now, but he does like the social media and he has the login for the Hurricanes Instagram, but he's our kicker and he doesn't come to practices, so he doesn't film anything at practices because, you know, he's a kicker. I mean, he's got his job and he's got girlfriends, he's got families, he's got literally everything else to do. It seems like, but so the best thing about social media is what I film, and I try to do the best I can, but I do not want to be turned into the social media guy because that would involve a lot more of my time not playing football. I would not totally mind being the guy, you know, after times are done. You know, posting things, you know, getting the logos and stuff and announcing games and answering questions. I already kind of do that on social media anyways, but like I can't be standing on the sidelines recording stuff in the middle of the game when I'm literally in the middle of the game. Aaron just like opened his eyes wide. Yeah, literally. You know. So I have to rely on what Aaron films, which is good stuff, and then I got to take care of it afterwards, and then I make videos about it. If there's good video stuff, I send it to my teammates, but we haven't really had a social media guy for the Hurricanes, so I haven't sent anything to like Emrys or on my Instagram and tag the Hurricanes because tagging the Hurricanes hasn't done anything in the past because we didn't have a social media person. Just once. This is the first shot. That's all this is, Jelly. That happened, you know, well, my backpack. I was so interested in doing everything that I didn't actually take all the stuff out of my backpack.
That would have been fun, going to practice tomorrow with like my passport and vital records.
Ooh. Oh, I spun around too much. Now here's my questionnaire that they gave back to me. I just sort of handed them papers, and they handed stuff back to me if they didn't need it. I'm a dumb American. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, they've got this little pamphlet in 7 languages. Like, I was kind of reading through this, and I was like, can I get like Miss Minutes to explain this to me or something? Or like those old, so you just got vaccinated. Well, here's what we're going to do. Sort of like 1950s things.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the new piece of thing I got. Yeah, I got vaccinated at 2:12 in the afternoon. So looking at like 7:42, that definitely puts me at 5.5 hours plus 24, so almost 30 hours ago. Yeah. Well, it's this stuff. Getting vaccinated against COVID-19. They have to. We've got Turkish, Arabic, French, German, English, Dutch, and Italian, I think. Because it doesn't take much, and it's much, because Amsterdam is, yeah. I've been to Amsterdam once in 2015. My hotel was on Alexanderplatz. I walked through the Rotterdam Central Station, Red Light District, and the zoo. Wow, you went from Amsterdam to Rotterdam? I mean, it's only 2015. I'm not sure if they had the HSL up and running by then, but they have Rotterdam directs intercities all the time. Yeah. What I think is funny is they give it to you in English and they give it to you in American English. Because the things that I've seen that should be spelled British ways are spelled in American. Like color and couleur and so like there's no vaccine side effects. Soreness at injection site, headache, fatigue, muscle ache, mild fever. I have exactly those. If you feel uncomfortable, have a high fever, take a paracetamol because that's Dutch. Small risk of adverse reactions. Very occasionally after being vaccinated, someone can get an adverse reaction that hasn't occurred before. Covering your ass. They would say, but here they don't say like discoloration of the skin. They say like redness of the skin. Yeah. But this is literally everything. This is like how a vaccination works. This is the safety of the vaccination. This is how it was developed. These are the side effects. These are the types of vaccines. Why is it important? This is the order of vaccination. You get your invitation. Here's your coronavirus rules, which is basically the same thing. Apparently everything is going away except for like masks on trains coming up on like the 26th. Like whole ass everything. And I would curb yourself about getting rageful about people not putting it on, not using their masks on transit, despite the fact that it'll still be there. Most people are better about it on transit because they have to use it indoors and they have to use it in shops. But if you don't have to use it in shops to go to Albert Heijn or anything, there are a lot more people going to be so spacey about it.
Yeah.
Sloterdijk. Well, yeah. Sloterdijk is on the way to get to Rotterdam. Sloterdijk has a giant rainbow bridge. I'm not sure when that was built, though. Like the actual station has a giant pathway that's a rainbow. I call it the Dutch Bifrost. Yeah. Karlstad Crusaders. Yeah, it sucks because I've been posting a lot of reels to Instagram. To be fair, they still qualify as posts, and they're a little bit better to watch, but they're all made through TikTok rather than actual pictures. But you know, I try to post some pictures like elevator selfies, but it gets awkward when I can't have. Yeah. Oh, the East Frisian Ducks like that. I love how it's the East Frisian Ducks because they're German versus the West Frisian Outlaws. Neither of them are in Friesland. I'm just letting you know.
On one side, we have the outlaws. On the other hand, we have the ducks.
Ducks. Yeah, it's the Grundschule Middels is where they practice in. Yeah, American football in Herzen, Ostfriesland. They are. Here, does this help? Where they're at? You can see where it's like East Friesland, Friesland, West Friesland. Because like the West Frisian Outlaws are in Nord Holland. They're actually up near like Purmerend and stuff. But that's the thing is that's why Frisian's a drastically different language is a functionally different language is because like the Dutch were a bit further south because there was a lot of empty land, but all of those little islands and the coastline had their own little thing of like fishing villages and stuff in like northern Germany and what is now Netherlands and stuff. So that's why Frisian's a little bit different as its own language. Flemish is not, it's just, you know, muddy Dutch. He, him. I am as basic as that flag goes. I am gay and I'm cis and I'm white. Like that's when it comes down to what people on Tumblr and parts of TikTok I not interested rage about on cis white males. Just add gay to that and that's me. I have nothing any other special about it. I'm not, I have no intention of presenting as female or gender neutral in any way. I'm a guy, so bad, so hardcore. Yeah, like, but even if like, you know, but I'm not like picky about them. I mean, if you started like regularly calling me her and girl and she, I would be a little bit like, what are you getting at here? What's going on? But oh, do you remember that like broken hurricane or fire alarm in the midst of the fog and it made it like that sound?
Yeah.
Well, someone made an animation for a terrifying monster. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, yeah. But that's the thing is like, I understand that there are different things, but that's why on TikTok, I don't have my pronouns in there because it doesn't really matter to me. And it doesn't like, if I see people on things, you got limited space on the bio too. And I'd rather put in a football emoji than type in he, him. Which After Effects should say, oh, he put a football emoji in there, he, him, sort of thing.
Well, that's not fair.
I know, but that's the thing is like you could look at me and say that he doesn't have his pronouns in, but he's got the football emoji in there. There is probably someone out there, but it's. Couch. But yeah, it's like, I understand the differences between the various things, and I don't rag on people choosing what they want. My issue is when they are shifting a lot and then get offended when I don't keep up. Like, that's one of those things that I think a lot of people could be like, I will call you they, them. You want mix? Fine. You want zer? Okay, I'll figure it out. It's not really even a word I use too terribly much, but you know, I'll figure it out. Oh, you'd think so. I think so, but it is a Venn diagram. I don't know how many things that this would involve in a Venn diagram, but a lot of people in the gay community place sports, any of them, in straight culture. And so, like I said in one of my TikToks, I'm like the gay football player. So the straights are like, ugh, you're gay. And the gays are like, ugh, you play sports. So it's like, I'm in this weird, like no man's land. I guess it's not a Venn diagram because they don't touch. They touch at me and a few other people, but it's not common for gay men to do this. If they were here in the Netherlands, it obviously doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter to a lot of the Dutch, and the ones that it does matter to are drastically outnumbered, except for maybe a few teams. But we will call them inner city teams. And that might be an issue, but it's not an issue here, so it's not like they need an out sports, except in soccer. Like I have found out that there is an incredible amount of homophobia in soccer. So yes, the whole misgendering thing. I met one person very briefly, and my abrasive personality chased them off. But they were one of those going through. They didn't know what pronouns they wanted from day in and day out. And it almost was like they're choosing different ones to trip people up and then get offended and then make them feel bad. It was that sort of like manipulative personality. And I just was like, this is why. And I've been fighting with people on TikTok today of just like, so I got a hold of the jukebox today and I'm going to try to make all the straights uncomfortable. I was like, can we not like keep driving a wedge? Like, what are you doing? I could literally play half my playlist and the Dutchies will be like, oh,
Look at that. Like every techno song, they're probably gonna have a little bit of a beat in their head to. And even some of the more techno-y pop songs from like Britney or something are also gonna be heavily on their list. A little bit nostalgic for the older people, but but this is a country of dorks. They're gonna be fine with it. They may even like dance a little along to some Madonna songs. They don't care. Like, but in the States, it's sort of like the gays are fighting with the straights because I have to say at least 35% of the time, they perceive the straights are fighting with them. Or they move it across state lines. Oh, look, Pulse happened. I am immediately in a hostile environment in Capitol Hill in Seattle. I can't trust any straights anymore because Pulse happened in Florida. It's not. So they start creating issues where there aren't any because Capitol Hill is pretty gay. And so there's a lot to work on. And the thing is I watched, actually, I fell down a rabbit hole on TikTok about the United States being too big. And it was just like, well, someone's been saying this for 10 years or more. Ooh, don't shake too much. Just lean back over and create 5 more points of stabilization. Whew. But yeah, it took a while for me to just generally see how drastically different. A lot of it came from WoW and dealing with people. And they're like, how are you still awake? You're way over on the West Coast. I'm like, we are 3 hours difference. It is 9 o'clock where you're at. It is 6 p.m. where I'm at. Oh, I thought you were, and then first of all, then you got the stupidity of Americans. Oh, I thought for some reason you guys were ahead of us, not behind us. Because time zones are hard. They still are. I got a message at 1 in the morning last night. I couldn't actually sleep very well because heat. And I think things were starting to spin up with the stuff. And I was like 1:30 and someone sent me a message like, what's up, Theo? And I just immediately responded back, you forgot that time zones are a thing. Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Haha. And then I just never responded to anything after they said about that. But it's just, Americans are so casual about not really grokking things. They just, when Aaron says, well, they don't really have to deal with it. I'm like, that's true. But Europeans are better about it. And they've got 19 to 50 countries in a time zone. Like, well, we have to deal with London all the time. Yeah, well, New York has to deal with Chicago. That's just 2 major cities. Like I was telling the guy at the gym, I was like, bro, you want to go on vacation from the Netherlands to a tropical resort, where are you going? Oh, probably Curacao. Exactly. You have to get on a flight and go around the world, an 8-hour flight to get to Curacao. You probably need a passport of sorts. You need to go through a whole bunch of stuff. Or you want to go to Mallorca, or you want to go to Santorini or something like that. Go check out Egypt. You need your passport. South Africa. In the United States, you don't. You can literally fly from Massachusetts all the way to Florida and not have to worry about a passport. I've done it. We flew from Boston to Jacksonville. And, you go from cold to warm. It's a swamp, but it's only, another 2-hour flight from there to Miami even?
Yeah.
And if you're
Spend more time in runways and Such that on.
Well, I'm saying if you just stayed flying,
Oh, yeah,
or even if you go to Orlando, it's just another 30 minutes of flying.
yeah.
Yeah. You're still in this, you're in the same time zone. You're dealing with people that speak quasi different language. When I want to go from Boston to Walt Disney World, you jumped climates and haven't had a passport. Guy at the gym was just floored. I was like, about 50% or more, but I'm safe to say 50% of Americans don't even have a passport. How do they buy alcohol? With their ID. And that's what I had to explain to him on that one, that his ID is not a passport. That, you know, like needing your Dutch passport, I think applies. I don't know how it works. Like if they go over the border, do they, like if they go to Belgium, do they need their passport or can they just function with their Dutch ID?
I think they need to have their passport, but it's so not enforced.
Yeah, I know. Like we went to Brussels.
But we had our passports.
But nobody ever checked.
Right.
I know. Like I was half expecting the guys at the facility to check our passports. For that much cheese, I should have had my passport checked. Fuck. He was an American from the Netherlands. We got to give him all the cheese. Something like that.
Nobody's gonna know. What if we don't give him all the cheese? He's gonna know. No one's gonna know.
Of sorts.
All students after return.
I'm crying. The worst thing happened to me last night. So I go to bed. Like, you know,
Well, my friend, as of now, this video is a warning. There's a habit that
They'll think if you're Dutch, checking your passport, but not American. No. Your passport, the Dutch passport, the German passport, all the passports pretty much look like this. They got a crest. They say passport in their native language. They say your country. You know, Koninklijke van Nederland, like sort of thing like that. Has the crest and says pass. This is relatively safe information, right?
Yeah.
The passport is so ostensibly patriotic. There are two, look at that fucking eagle. Look. It's the Mississippi with a steamboat. Amber waves of grain. Driving cattle. The railroads. May God continue the unity of our country as the railroad unites two great oceans. Bears and totem poles. We send thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as people. We are glad that they are still here, and we hope it will always be so. Excerpt from the Thanksgiving address. The Statue of Liberty. And then like barcodes and yeah, various things. This is like the front page has this shit. I'd show you like the actual information like here. Look at that. Look at that fucking eagle. Like, I'd give out the, you know, it is literally worse on the actual picture page, but I'm not putting that over the internet. But it is way more red, white, and blue with just seals and flags and stars and stripes all over it. Yeah, yeah. The United States, like I had someone showed me their Dutch passport and it's literally just like, you know, their you know, the picture page with like, you know, the thing about like the Netherlands and stuff, and then like literally every other page is just like, it looks like it comes out of a journal. There's nothing on them. Like this even has a bit of the Constitution on it. Or, you can tell how well I'm educated. We the people is the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution? We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense. I think that's the Constitution, the preamble of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. I should just get fucking reading. But it's so patriotic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I am mildly confused as to, you know, what is more patriotic, the New York City Library in Manhattan or my passport. Because during the King's Day when Joe was here, one of my Amsterdam friends was actually taking a vacation to New York because I was like, but not King's Day. He's like, I've been to so many King's Days. It's just King's Day. I'm like, that's true. And then he took a picture and he goes, what government building is this? I'm like, dude, that's the New York City Library. That thing only has 29 flags on it on one side. That's not a government building. Aaron's like literally, like they have those big arching windows that put in a lot of light, but like every pole, every of the stone columns that separated the windows had a flag sticking out over the road. And I was like, this isn't even like a holiday in the States. It wasn't anywhere close to it. Like I could see around Memorial Day or Veterans Day or the 4th of July or New Year's Eve, but this was like the last week of April. Yeah, it's just like I could probably go to the Street View. That's cool. Like I could probably go to the Street View of anywhere in New York that's not like Times Square, and you'll just literally find a flag everywhere. I see more rainbow flags here than I do the Dutch flag, unless it's graduation season, which is like right now, but that's when like fireworks and backpacks and stuff go up. Well, no, backpacks is for like when high schoolers graduate.
Yeah.
Who we call high schoolers. Yeah. 6 watching, 4 thumbs up. Jelly Duck's heading off. Matt's AFK. Gabriel is probably being Gabriel. It's 8:10. Like that yawn caused my eyes to feel like super flushed, and they probably are like super red right now, which is just more like do not go to practice tomorrow. Because I need to get all the sleep I can. I don't need to like truncate my sleep to go to practice that I'm not going to probably be even physically doing anything at. So yeah, I've definitely got that feeling of you're getting sick. Like that's sort of like everything here. This is just like this blah blah blah. You can also tell they're like My eyes are not focusing very well. I mean, they are, but then I have to like shift and go, hi.
Second.
A board game with cards.
It's, I mean, there's a shit ton of stuff that they can do. So.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna go get that beer. Sore legs. They're not like sore. I didn't do anything. I just. But I just thinking about like have a good afternoon, dude. I'm like, what time is it for you? The sun's going that way. Like I understand that he's probably thinking, oh, I'm American, but I'm like, no, I live in Amsterdam. It's 8 o'clock at night. I mean, yeah, it's like 2:15 in the afternoon for the East Coast and 11:15 for the West Coast, but that's not me. I'm in the Atlantic Northwest.
Damn it.
What?
Yes.
But I'm not necessarily sure because it really only applies to say Atlantic Northwest if like the other side hits another ocean.
Eurasia.
So is Japan the Pacific Northeast? No, that would be Siberia. Like that's it. Pacific Northwest makes sense, but it's weird because there's no reason to say Pacific.
Yeah.
Unless they only wanted to take into account Oregon to Washington with like Idaho because they want to because the Northwest can include parts of Jefferson, I mean Northern California, and parts of Nevada and Idaho and Western Montana and the sort of thing. Okay, so like a follow the node, yeah, okay. Will moves over, okay. Mike is clean up the run. It feels taking out their recycle. Because like I think about like defense and I'm like, I'm pretty much the only person that regularly shows up that isn't Dutch. Like Gan is on offense and like Oscari was Finnish and he was on offense. We don't really have anyone anymore. Daryl went back to the States to go take care of family for COVID stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it's like the lone man out feels like, because I have to like read all this stuff here in like de stippelline is niet de run, is geen blitz. Ja, dit is geen blitz. Stippellijnen zijn runefits. So I'm like, huh? Yeah, but like it explains later that blitzes are solid. Pretty much that's you. Go do that. But yeah, there's a lot of I just clean up. Me, Pokemon, Pokemon. So yeah, general idea is if they're not doing a stunt, only in that one do I have cleanup on that stunt. Oh, that one too. But anything that would kind of block my path to get through. But yeah, the more I look at the playbook, the more it realizes that like the Mike and the Will are more or less the buddy, and the Sam is like we could get Sophion in as the Sam if we need him. Switch. Oh, lovely. And the new one. Run middle versus spread. Okay, well that would be this. Okay, this is just explaining the shift. I don't ever need to shift for the Sam. The Sam needs to bounce out. That's the point of it being there. Because unless we have 4 receivers on that side, there's no reason for me to bounce out. But because we have the strong safety on that side to cover the second receiver, and a third receiver would be covered by the Sam. And even if the Will had to bounce out at that point, I would, that would be weird. I'd probably stay in my, I think I asked Ed about that one. I would have to take over just like the middle, but there's no threat through the middle, so I'd probably, because all the receivers would be at the outside. Yeah. Homegirl's unhappy that I threw Mammo Swice at all of her dragons. Right, this like quest I need to like do the purify quests. Purify Pokemon. Seven colored shadow. I think it's to fight Shadow Huo. Use 3 super effective charge attacks in gym battles. Okie dokie. I need to get to a gym. Ugh. Warrior QB, the best 2 sides. Where? Oh, okay. Solingen Paladins and Lubeck Cougars are actually going at it pretty decently. Halftime, 14-12. Yeah. Ugh. Is it getting warmer in here?
No.
Okay. Then I think my body, the alcohol is like super affecting me. Too much. It's not like bad. It's just like feeling a little sort of thing. Oh, TV Guide is posting about Lucifer season 6. Say you have a date, but you can say that in the title, and you don't even have a date on anything. Early 2022. So Picard. Cool. Revamped Pokemon Go homepage. Upcoming in-game updates. In addition, some trainers around the world will be able to test out the following features. These features will roll out to all trainers later in the summer. A real-time sky mechanic that mimics the player's light based on their geographical location. Players, okay. I guess that's a little bit better because there are times where you would probably have night Pokemon that you want to get, but you can't get night until or whatever.
Yeah.
Additional Pokédex classifications to keep track of different Pokemon variants and okay, good. Hopefully you can search throughout the Pokédex. That's the bitch. You can only search by region now and you have to scroll through it. I'd like to find all fire Pokemon in the Pokédex.
It's not the same. A lot of my voice echoes, proof that I do leave my bedroom, and I'm paranoid that somebody's going to come in.
I'm sorry, guys, but I
got more books, got more white than a bitch named Madonna. Feeling the effects of masculinity right now. Testosterone, I want to go to war. Feeling the effects of.
I wanted to know how it feels to represent your country at such a high level in Formula One.
I'm actually a fake Dutch in Belgium. I think I know the national anthem of Belgium better than mine.
I wanted to know how it feels.
He was born in Belgium. Yes, I know I'm live streaming. No. Keep your finger on the sensor longer. Don't judge me. Good evening. How are you? No, the Wi-Fi was never a problem. We have really, really strong Wi-Fi. Sometimes I feel like I can get Wi-Fi down to the skate park. Wi-Fi is not the problem, and the Netherlands is flat, so I'm probably at the nexus of about 15 5G towers, so I don't really have an issue with that either. I'm waiting to see if this magnetism stuff kicks in, but I opened a beer and it didn't get attached to my collarbone plate, so I don't think I got the right vaccine. Yes. Just because I speak American English doesn't mean that I subscribe to a lot of their crazy ideals. But the phone already has 5G. I didn't need to upgrade to it. And yeah, I'm on TikTok enough to know about the jokes of 5G. Like, I'm watching so many science communicators trying to debunk the fact that many people have put out the jokes because there are a number of people that believe that stuff is actually true. And so the people make jokes about that, which then purports the idea that it actually is true. It's stupid. America needs an education. The Pfizer one, I have to go in for another one at the end of July. So that's fun. Yeah. Boom, boom. I feel like I'm just so fucking close. Playing a game on my phone. I'm trying to reach a trophy progress, but I don't have enough multipliers to get this egg up unless I waste a lot of time to get upgrades to get the necessary thing. Because I don't have enough multipliers to gain the right amount of money for it. I could probably go into go up to the next egg and get that one done, but meh. Yeah, it's just a cookie clicker thing. It's free and not free at the same time. To me, free games don't require consistent ad watching. Star Trek Online is a good free game. I don't have to pay attention to any ads. I don't have to pay any money to experience the full game. A lot of people do pay a whole truckload of money for that game, which allows so many people to play it.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like Crash Course. You can support them on Patreon, but they get enough money from the Patreon that they can give it all out to free forever for everyone. So, wow, we got to pay for, but
But we're okay with that.
we're okay with that. I fully, like, I'm weirded out that WoW is still subscription, even though they've gone to great lengths to be able to make it not subscription after a fashion, but it's still buying far easier to just pay a subscription fee. I'm not sure about the other games. I'm not sure what Final Fantasy is all about. I think it might have a subscription also. Price. Final Fantasy 14 product page. It is $60 up front.
Okay.
I'm reading.
Okay.
Customers who purchase either the starter edition or the complete edition will be granted 30-day free play period. Yep, you have, yeah. So anybody that plays Final Fantasy 14 and complains about and complains that WoW is a subscription thing can go mess themselves up. Yeah, that's like I said, Star Trek Online is pretty good about that. Like you just got to download the game and then you're good to go. You don't get a lot of the fun aesthetics, but yes, they do. The physical servers do need to be paid for, and that's part of it. Is the fact that WoW has, I believe, tens-fold the players that Star Trek Online does. Like I think Star Trek Online might not even be breaking 100,000 people, and World of Warcraft is still sitting in the millions. So, and I know Final Fantasy 14 has suddenly picked up with a lot of people because WoW has had such dead content right now. I grind a few games free on the PS4 and then pay into them to get freebies. Exactly. I stream on Twitch once a week. I thought about doing it earlier today. Subnautica. I got it free on my PlayStation for the PlayStation 5, and I've just been streaming it. At the husband right here. I never bought it. I just downloaded it free, and I get the updates, and I just play it. To be fair, they came out with below zero or something like that, and people had to buy that one, but that's probably why they were offering Subnautica free, is so they can get you into playing that one and then hopefully play the next one or something like that. But still, I'm playing Subnautica for free and I'm having great time with it. And every time I'm like, man, I'm really getting progress. And I look down, I'm 10% through the game. Or achievement wise, or whatever it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that quote. Free under PSN Plus. It's free if you're already subscribed.
Yeah.
But yeah, wasn't that their big thing first? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen so many people like playing Subnautica because it's sort of like they were kind of utilizing it like a survival mode Minecraft of sorts. Whatever, it's a survival game, and they're having fun with it. It was still something fun to watch that wasn't like is like Oni and the Satisfactory, or those aren't base building games, are they? Those are resource management games.
Yeah.
Those are resource management games, yeah. And that Subnautica is not that because the resources replenish after a fashion, I think. But yeah, it's way easier to die. I don't think you can die on oxygen not included, but you can't.
Yeah.
And it's usually because the AI of the duplicants is stupid because they're supposed to be stupid. Pinkie Pie liked your video. Yeah. I'm not sure if any of my new videos are going to be making it as cray on TikTok as my riding a bike through a herd of sheep, or saying, I'm gay and I play football in Amsterdam and it's better than the United States. Or, basic white Dutch boys have no booty when they wear skinny jeans and it's pointless.
So true.
It's so true. I mean, there's always fun phone games where you're like, you can pay like a one-time fee thing. Isn't there something like a one-time thing on Cookie Clicker? Or Cookie Clicker completely?
It's completely like passive ad based.
Oh, okay. Because I know on some of my games, they have like it's a free game. You can do everything free, but you can also pay for like here, you can get Hall of Artifacts. Your free has 2. It's like having you pay the one time.
Yeah.
Like I paid lifetime on Star Trek, and now I have all this bonus extra stuff. Egg Kia.
Egg Kia.
Look, that's the name of those hatcheries. Egg Kia.
That's fantastic.
See what they look like? See? And like the little chickens even run out. And it's just like, Black Friday at IKEA. Ah! And they just like run to the door. They just like I need to actually like upgrade some things on this, so Like my hatchery, that little hatchery down there isn't all that great. Increase egg value. Hatchery refills 10% faster. Blah, 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 blah. Because I have so much money right now that I just need to go through and upgrade everything. Well, I was going to like stream for later than usual, but Masticina came in. We chatted for a bit. But it's going to be like 15 minutes of dead silence while I do. I just call it chickens. I'm not sure what this game's actually called. But with my body heat rising, I kind of want to undress, and I'm not going to do that on camera. I have like this weird, stupid idea that like, if for some reason the subs get up to a certain number, and I'm not going to place a goal because this is basic stuff, that I'm going to like do a live suit up or something. But then that seems to appeal to a certain crowd that I don't want to be egging on. I guess if that makes any sense.
It does.
I'm also, you know, doing things that chickens with eggs, so that's why I said it that way. Egging them on. Internal hatchery expansion, quantum egg storage, genetic purification, machine learning incubators, dime compression. All right. Time to get some good trucks going. There we go. Yes, I will take 3 septillion money.
Yeah, the numbers get a little insane.
That's why I just pay attention to the letter, because it's little d, big U, big D, TD, little QD, big QD, little SD, big SD, OD, ND, and then I think it moves up to V. I'm not sure why it's V for 20, but it is. I don't know. Plus, I still need to write that thing for Diego. And before I lose my brain and can't focus on anything, I probably should write that up. But I can do that in the bed while I'm cooling off. I mean, this is probably good, getting a little bit of alcohol in me and rev up the body temperature a little bit. That way the body will feel happy.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how because I have a tank now that I can fill up with eggs. For future missions. I'm trying to get, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to like overfill the thing so I can, because like my rocket has enough superfood eggs, but I want to have more so that I can launch rockets off later. Well, that would explain why I was smelling chocolate all throughout the day today.
Hmm. That would do it.
Yeah, that's probably why. It wasn't bacon. I was smelling chocolate. So, yeah. You gonna chat with him tomorrow or something?
All right.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm starting to like overheat. Like I said, I thought I was gonna go on later, but folks aren't here. They're probably power outages. I don't know where Zachary went. He just up and, hi, I'm here. Power went out this morning. And he just disappeared like a little ghost. He asked about Poland because I was because we were talking about why Utah is probably is really good with its vaccinations right now, and I brought up the illusion of or the similarities of like the Black Death is because Poland accepted a lot of Jews and they bathed a lot religious like for religious practices, so there wasn't as much spread in Poland of the Black Death. And I was like, it kind of makes sense that, you know, while they may have pretty conservative Christian views, the Mormons do, they are pretty progressive when it comes down to like healthcare and stuff. They're probably out getting vaccinated because they don't have anything crazy against it. They just have a wonky religion, but it's not against vaccinations. And I'm like, that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. Overheating a bit, which is good. Like I'm starting to actually sweat from one fucking beer. I don't drink it that often, but you guys can see I'm starting to like sweat. It's how hot is it in here? Oh, well, it is 25. Hot damn. Whatever. It's yeah. You're starting to see the glossiness. I've been having to pick up my hair because it's getting wet and like soggy and doing that gross thing. Yeah. Yeah, I will check you guys all. You will see tomorrow's video as to how I got to this point over today, and then whatever. And then I'll do an unboxing for Monday's video of some sports gear I got from Germany. We'll figure things out. If I have to take a paracetamol for that, I will. But considering Aaron gets to sleep in a little bit and whatnot, because it's weekend, I'll probably be filming out here where I have room. Not locked in, not in the little bedroom. Get you guys later.